Pro Football player Travis Kelce is pressed for time during the football season. So he does two things at once. Whether it's grilling while mowing.
Two things at once!
Or getting this season's updated COVID-19 shot at the same visit as his flu shot.
Two things at once.
You can be like Travis and ask your pharmacist about getting this season's COVID-19 shot at the same visit as your flu shot, if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Thanks for tuning into our podcast. We love having you here, and it's our mission to bring you all the latest and greatest tips, skills, and know-how to make you the best that you can be. We know that you have it in you, and we're going to show you how. Now, let's get started.
This episode is powered by Poddex.
Thank you for tuning in today. You are now listening to That Will Never Work podcast with your host, Maurice Chisholm. Hey everybody, thank y'all very much for tuning in today. I have a wonderful guest for you today. He has been involved in digital marketing since 2007, and he's going to share with us his knowledge about SEO, social media marketing, and Google Ads. He has founded and run and operates SEO Optimizers. They're a digital marketing company that focuses on helping small and medium-sized businesses to get more traffic and turn their converts into clients, leads, and sales. I know a lot of us are trying to understand how to get more traffic, and this gentleman here will enlighten us today. And one of the things I would like for you to do as a follow-up, I'm going to tell you right now, to follow up with one of his online webinars. I'm going to tell you it was very informative, and he breaks down how to understand what Google is doing and their bots and spiders and things like that. So I really encourage you to look into that, but we'll talk about that a little later. Of course, you know the links will be down in the description. And once again, I present to you today none other than Brandon Leibowitz. Brandon, thank you very much for tuning in today, man.
Thank you for having me on today.
Sure, no problem, man. You know, with me being a website designer, and in your webinar, you talk about, on one of your podcast interviews, you talk about how, you could do websites, but you really focused in on the SEO side, which I think sometimes we as web designers lose track of, if you will. So how important do you think that is for individuals to concentrate on both sides of that coin?
Building a website is important to have it look nice and look good, make sure it's optimized for conversions and all that stuff. But you can make the best looking website, you can spend millions of dollars on it, but if nobody knows about you, if you're not marketing it, then it's kind of just sitting there stagnant. So it's all about just driving awareness, and it doesn't matter if it's with SEO, search engine optimization, which is a way to get free traffic, or if you're running paid ads, or you're doing social media or email marketing. But whatever you're doing, you need to send traffic to that website. If not, then it's just going to sit around, and it's going to be tough for people to find it unless you're like spread by word of mouth or some other ways. But in general, you got to give a little bit of a push, and that's where the digital marketing comes into play.
Okay, so what would you say are the trends for digital marketing, if you will?
Well, and just trying to be in front of your audience at the right time, at the right moment. So just trying to figure out who they are, what platforms they're on, and how you can be in front of them. So instead of trying to be on every platform, just being in front of them at the right time, at the right moment. But some trends would be like social media has taken off over the years. Mobile is probably going to keep growing and growing because everything is really shifted towards mobile. People don't want to watch or read an article or blog post or text. They'd rather have someone talk to them or speak to them. So video is definitely taken off, but everything is really shifting to mobile too, where everyone, or not, but the majority of people now have a cell phone that's connected to the internet and just lets them access the internet anytime.
So, as you're talking about being mobile, if you will, do you think people should invest into mobile apps versus a website? In that, as we're talking about this SEO piece?
It just depends if they want to make an app, but I don't know if it's really necessary for most websites or businesses to make an app, because your website should be mobile friendly. So, but if people are so building an app is a lot more expensive than just making sure your website's mobile friendly, which I just recommend. Make sure your website's mobole friendly. Don't build an app unless you're trying to do something different.
Got you.
Thinking outside the box, but most of the time that's not necessary.
Okay. So let's backtrack for a second. So what is search engine optimization, or SEO?
So SEO is search engine optimization, which means optimizing your website to rank on Google. So when you search on Google, there's ads at the top. Those are all paid ads. But right below those paid ads is the organic, the free listings. And SEO is all about getting you in those free listings. And that is really the main goal. It's not just ranking you on Google. It's pretty much any website that has an algorithm. So it could be Yelp. If you're searching on Yelp, ranking you higher on Yelp, or if you have an Amazon product, trying to make sure you show up higher on Amazon, or whatever it may be. But it's not just for Google. It's really just trying to make sure that whatever search engine or algorithm is out there, that you're trying to tap into that free traffic.
So for those individuals that are not clear on where to target, so for an example, you had mentioned a few moments ago, being depending on what social media platform you're on, and or like you said, whatever search engine that they're on, how would they understand or know which one to target? Like, are there any clues, or is there anything they should look out for specifically to understand where they should put most of their energy into?
I would try to be where your audience is at, so you could use tools like Google Analytics and things like that to help track and see where your audience is coming from. Are they coming from Google? Are they coming from Bing? Are they coming from Yahoo or another search engine? But Google Analytics or any of these tracking tools will help you see who your audience is at, or where your audience is finding you. So then you can start focusing on those platforms. But the majority of the time, Google just brings in so much traffic that it just really dominates everything. But you never know. It's always good to just double check. But looking over the past 15 years, I've never really seen a website get more traffic than Google.
Right. I understand that. Okay. So as we're analyzing where our traffic is coming from, or social media, when should you post on social media, or where would they find that type of information just to get that idea of when to post?
I would look at the competitors, see when they're posting, and get ideas, because it's not really a one size fits all. It just depends on your audience, who they are, what time zone they're in. If you're targeting national, global, or you're just targeting one state, one city, but you have to just understand who your audience is, where they are, and different time zones. Luckily, there's no more algorithms for the most part. I mean, there's no more chronological, which I wish there was. It's all algorithms, which kind of sucks, and makes it so it doesn't even matter what time you post, because it's the algorithm. So you could see something someone posted 5 days ago, which doesn't seem like it's the best, but these algorithms, they're doing their own thing, trying to just get you engaged. So time you're posting on social doesn't really have that big of an impact, because it's not chronological anymore, but you just have to take into who your audience is. But if you're posting like on your own blog or doing like an email marketing campaign, then usually like the midweek is good, like Tuesday, Thursday, because Monday people are kind of checked out or checking back in from the weekend. Friday people are checking out for the weekend, and midweek people are usually ready to go. But just depends on what you're promoting. If you're selling like sporting event tickets for the weekend, you might want to promote it on the weekend. Or if you're doing like things to do, like family activities to do on the weekend, maybe you want to promote it on a Friday. So it's not always a one size fits all. It's just kind of general, but usually mid or like from 9 to 11 a.m. is a good time too. But that just depends. Like if you're selling something to parents, you might want to do it before they wake up, or before they send their kids to school. So you might want to do it really early. So it really just varies. That's why looking at your competitors is going to give you some insight. But then again, you can't trust what your competitors are doing. So you can look at it and just take it all with a grain of salt and say, all right, this is what they're doing, but it doesn't mean it's correct.
Right. Okay. So how would you suggest, or your recommendation for someone to turn their followers into sales? I know that since you're talking about, we're talking about posting and people want to turn those posts into sales, what would be your recommendation or suggestion for that?
Just have a strong call to action. You have to have a conveying message. You got to give some incentive to people. And you probably have to give something away for free because people aren't going to really buy on social media. So if you give something away for free, lead them in, hook them in, and then try to upsell them later. But if you're just trying to sell on social, it's going to be tough because all these platforms kind of lock you in. Like Instagram, they don't want you to leave Instagram. So getting people off of Instagram onto your website it's pretty tough. It's not easy to do. So yeah, it's a little tricky because getting followers, getting traffic to your website is half the battle. Once you get people to your website and get this traffic, how do you get it to convert? That's really the tough part. And it's just trying to be creative, put yourself in the user's point of view. If you're promoting your product or service, what would you want? What's going to incentivize you to want to learn more or make that purchase?
So for some, I think it's something that you just mentioned that was very interesting, offering something for free. So for those individuals that feel like they don't have a product or a service or whatever they could offer for free, where could they find that? And or those individuals that can't think outside the box, to find that, what would you suggest for someone to, how would they find that or create that, if you will, something that they can give for free to keep people on their page, if you will?
I would look at what their competitors are doing. Just find the competition. Everything's out there. And you can see what they're doing, what they're offering for free, what incentives they're offering, and try to put those in if you can, or incorporate some of those if you can. If they're giving out a free ebook or a free class or a discount or a consultation or whatever it may be, but just looking at what the competition is doing to get some ideas off of them.
Okay. So as we're talking about some of these ads or I'm sorry, posting, do you think people should invest into Google ads or Facebook ads to promote their product and service?
Well, it doesn't hurt. It's not very going to be bad because with SEO, it does take about 6 months to rank a website. So in the meantime, a lot of people would run paid ads to just kind of supplement everything while they're waiting for the SEO to kick in. But it just depends on your audience trying to figure out, are they going to be on social media? Should I be on social media or should I be on Google? Like for a doctor, like a dentist or a lawyer or any service-based business, you're probably not going to be going on social media looking for them. You're probably not going to go on Facebook looking for a dentist, or some people might, but the majority of the people probably aren't. So it's just about knowing your audience. So probably going to go on Google, which I would recommend Google ads over Facebook ads any day because Facebook ads are low quality. They're cheap for a reason because people aren't searching. They're browsing based off interest and you're interrupting them. Whereas people on Google, they're searching, they're looking, they're showing intent at that moment to want to use your product or service.
So how would they set it up or for their Google ads? You know, would they, because everyone doesn't know what website to go to or even where to begin. And even finding their keywords and things like that, like how would they start to build that up?
There are a lot of different tools, like the Google Keyword Planner. It's a free tool that will show you what keywords people are searching for. So you make a list of different keywords that you want to rank for, or that you think people will be searching for your product or service, and then you throw it into the Google Keyword Planner or any of these paid tools. But the free one from the Google Keyword Planner is pretty sufficient, and it's from Google, so I would trust that, and that's going to show you a wealth of information with tons of different keyword ideas and recommendations of keywords related to that one keyword that you put in there.
Okay. Now, in reference to, when we talk about some of the benefits of SEO, and just trying to optimize their website, and as we're talking about ads, are there any other ways that you think someone could build up their platforms, their convert their ads into sales, or their their followers into sales, are there any other ideas you could think of that could be that might be easier for them to start off with prior to them getting to search engine optimization, or you think that's the way they should go right now?
No, SEO is just one way to do things, but you need to do paid ads, you need to do social media, you need to do email marketing, you need to keep yourself top of mind as much as possible. So it's not just trying to just do one thing. It's doing as many different things as possible to get yourself out there to as many different people, because you never know where someone's going to be looking or how someone's going to find you. And usually you also need multiple touch points where someone's not just going to go to your website and buy off of you immediately. They're probably not going to trust you. So you got to build that trust up, and build that trust up does take time. It's not easy to build that trust up. So the more touch points, the more people see you, the more they're going to start trusting you. And then they hopefully want to use your product or service, but you gotta build the trust of people, which is not easy to do.
So how would you suggest for someone to or what type of information would they have to give to build up trust? And I've had a whole series on talking about trust and being honest, as we're building up our brand. What other ways can people build up trust as they're building their brand?
I would say just getting reviews if they can. The more reviews they have, the more people will start trusting them a little bit more. But just trying to get their name out there as much as possible, and just letting people know that they really know what they're doing, that they've been in business or show them rankings. Like if you're doing SEO, show them like, hey, this is what keywords I've ranked for. You can see some of the products or the services, the businesses that I've worked with in the past, and how I've gotten them from here to here and taken them to this next level. But really just showing them that is going to probably be the best for SEO. Showing them like, hey, this is what I've done in the past, and this is what I can do for you. But definitely getting those reviews and testimonials. So they could be like video reviews. That's great too. But whatever needs to be done just to get other people to start trusting you, or let them know that you've worked with other people in the past and they can trust you.
Wow. Well, Brandon, I really appreciate you, coming on today, man, sharing some, sharing your information. But if you will, how can people find you and follow up? I know I mentioned the webinar earlier, so where can they log on and register for your webinars and your social media? Share with us your links and stuff.
Yeah, for everyone that's listening or that's tuning in, I created a special gift for them if they go to my website, SEOoptimizers.com. That's SEOoptimizers.com/gift. They can find that gift there, nice, along with my contact information and anything else that they may need.
Cool. I appreciate it, Brandon. I appreciate you coming on today. I appreciate you sharing your information today. But before I let every guest go, I asked them one last question, right? My would you rather question. So my question to you would be, would you rather choose 3 doors or choose a fork in the road? What will be your options?
I like the fork in the road.
Okay.
Giving you that new path, new direction. Just kind of seeing where you go from there.
Cool. I appreciate that. I think that's most of my listeners, most of my guests have chosen the fork in the road. Some people said they wanted to peek down the road, if you will. They thought that that 3-door option might have given them too many options and they will regret it, if you will. So someone said, hey, you know what? Just give me the 2. I'm either right or wrong. Simple as that. But I appreciate that outlook that you offered today, man.
Yeah, no. Thanks for having me on today.
Sure, no problem. Everybody, again, thank y'all for tuning in today, and be sure to go to get the free gift. Of course, the information will be in the description. Thank you very much for listening today.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Wells Fargo presents one of the surest ways to grow your money. A Wells Fargo CD account, where you can earn a 5.00% annual percentage yield on an 11-month term with a minimum opening deposit of $5,000. Visit a Wells Fargo branch or wellsfargo.com/CD rates to open a CD account and start growing your savings with us.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.